My name is Robert Pho. I'm a tattoo artist of 34 years and owner of Skin Design Tattoo for 24 years. Welcome to Ink Talk. I was born in Cambodia in 1971. During my teenage years, I got involved into gangs and everything like that. It got me into doing some time. When I was 16 years old, I was fighting a life sentence and somehow I was able to beat it. The judge gave me 14 years and I ended up serving 7. I found tattooing when I was in there. Pretty much it saved my life. I've always been into art. Around 5 years old, every time when I got in trouble, my mom would pretty much, beat me or send me to the room, and all I did was kept drawing. Art always gave me this feeling of, being free. Whenever I drew, it took me to different places, usually just to kind of take me away from whatever scene I was at, whether I got in trouble from my parents or, school. So when I was in prison, art saved me in many ways. It took me to a different realm, giving me a sense of joy and freedom. During that time, I think it was just more of a passion and also something that you just had to do. Because of the lifestyle that I was at in youth authority, seeing a lot of inmates in there coming out with all this heavy ink on them, it really inspired me. Somehow I found my way borrowing somebody's machines, and they kind of just briefly showed me how to do it. It wasn't an apprenticeship or anything like that. It was just a brief description of how to tattoo pretty much. I borrowed the homemade machine, made myself some ink, started tattooing myself, and I just fell in love with it. Slowly but surely, I started tattooing my roommates and everybody started seeing my work, and then I just kind of made my way, building a name for myself and started making a living like that. Skin Design now has 8 shops in 7 different states, and we're continuing to grow. I also learned how to hustle at a very young age. My dad had a donut shop and I was baking for him at about 12 years old, so I would bake all night. And I first fell in love with making money through that way. That with tattooing and then combined with my hustle mentality kind of brought me to where I am now, because everything I did was all related to art. If I wasn't tattooing, I would be drawing on handkerchiefs for people or doing art on anything I could draw on. It just helped me escape, and at the same time give me a way to hustle. It's very exciting seeing the growth from the beginning to where it is now. Seeing a lot more tattoo artists, a lot more tattoo shops are being opened, more artists are getting involved, producing all this amazing art. I don't think it's ever going to stop. It really is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and with a lot more people looking at it as art, it's exciting, and I'm excited to, stay around as long as I can to see what else is going to evolve to. Tattoo art has changed so much since when I started. Back then we didn't have much to work with. We used homemade ink or Indian ink and a guitar string that was a single needle, so we had to do everything with that, create line work, create shading, and doing these big back pieces or letters on people. That was the only option that we had. Where we are today, having the option to use multiple needles at the same time, a machine that's made to give everything that you needed to create what you want to create, is just amazing. The technology has changed so much, even with using iPads to pull reference from, it's just incredible, and I'm just glad that I've been able to witness all that, and I'm still a student of the game. Still to this day, I'm using everything that I can with all the tools that's out there. My team has impacted me just as much as I have impacted them, because we work as a whole. Doing what I do also feeds the whole entire team. Whatever they do feeds me as well. I definitely see that we are going to be making an even larger impact in the future. We are working on such thing as an academy where we're going to have multiple apprentices where they'll pay a tuition to attend to learn. A lot of artists has frowned upon that because teaching wasn't something that was kind of like approved, from a lot of, especially the older generation, So for me, coming from that time and having this type of vision now, I know for a fact that we're going to change the industry.